Okay, I would let Shady want to follow on.
I just want to follow up this, Mr. President. Why talking now you were so confident about mid-2012? I want just you to perhaps dwell a bit on that, to a bit convince Nigerians that perhaps this fear, the annoyance will only just last for about 6 months. Then we begin to enjoy the benefits. How are you going to go about this, sir?
If you look at what we intend to do, I've already told you that for you to create jobs, yes, you must invest in projects. Let's say there are some already ongoing projects that we are going to intervene massively. Now some of them, because of lack of payment, some of the contractors are working very slowly. So where they're supposed to employ 100 people, probably they only keep about 20, 30 people, skeletal jobs. But the deal with the regulator, and we have a financial projection for the year, from January, as we progress before March, the contractors themselves, when they are sure that the payment is coming, they can use their money to mobilize. And it does not take more than, we earn money every month. So immediately you deregulate and you have that breathing space, you will intervene massively in the ongoing projects. That will make the contractors double or triple the output. That means that more jobs will come in while you are processing new jobs. That is even in terms of the physical infrastructure we are going to build. And that cut across roads, cut across our dams, our irrigation projects. At the same time, people who are to invest in that sector will begin to prepare, and they will engage people. Also, there will be some breathing space kind of in other areas that we've not been putting money, because there will be money. It does not take so many months to do that. But I said that before it will become so clear. As I used to give an example. Let us say husband and wife have 3 to 5 children, average people, and they have 2 cars in the house using PMS. Even because of deregulation, they are spending maybe 500 or 1,000 more in buying PMS. And maybe all this period, their children, none of them has a job. If we deregulate in 12 months to about 18 months, when so many, of course, the agri area will take off very robustly, the downstream activities, the refinery we are talking about, and probably people are ready to come in. We are already talking to a number of people. So many Nigerians are interested. Within this period, 3 different groups of people have come to discuss with me outside this 3 refineries we are talking about with the Chinese. So when all these investments will take place, more people, directly or indirectly, will be employed. Assuming within this period, 1 or 2 of your children should get jobs. The minimum wage in Nigeria is 18. The companies even pay more. If you spend 1,000 more to buy petroleum products for your cars, and even if it is only 1 of your children get job, that person may be earning 20, 25, 30,000 a month. So on the aggregate, what comes into the family is much more than. So the multiplier effect is what people don't. No, the arguments about the deregulation also has too many dimensions. And that's why we have met several groups of people who have met with the political leaders. People look at the political angle of deregulation. We have met with labor leaders. They also look at the labor angle. We have met with the civil society people. They also look at the civil society's position on this matter. And if you listen to them, all the groups we've discussed with, they agree that there is no way this country can continue the way we are going. We feel as if we even have oil. But frankly speaking, Nigeria don't even have oil. Because of this deregulation, I try to look at the figures very well. And we look at the oil reserves we have vis-a-vis the population of Nigerians. Then let's see that oil reserve barrels per person. Nigeria has about 223 barrels per person. Some other countries like Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, some have up to 9,000, 15,000, 30-something thousand barrels per person. And sometimes Nigerians ask, oh, but most of these countries are selling these products very low. And I say, let us compare the population and the reserves they have. Some of the countries we have with about less than 3 million people, with reserves that are much more larger than our own. The vehicles, the total vehicles they have in some of these countries are not up to 50% of the vehicles we have in Lagos State alone. Yeah. Some of these countries with less than 3 million people, the total vehicles That means that the consumption of PMS is not up to 50%. Lagos State alone will consume. Then they have 10 times their reserves. How can you compare? If we have only 2 million people in Nigeria, I don't think, even if we decide to give free, we'll still have enough to invest.